Hey everyone, you're listening to Ankur Warikoo on Woice with Warikoo. On this podcast, I talk to you about entrepreneurship, how to grow in life, manage personal finances, handle failures, and a lot more things that just come to my mind. The episode begins. In this episode, I wanted to talk about help. And help has been a very interesting topic, particularly for me, because I often wonder about the relationship between help and expectations. Here's what I mean. I still don't know why we help. I'll repeat that. I still don't know why, as an organization, as a species, as a civilization, we help. While I do know that the biggest reason for humans to be the most dominant species on Earth is the fact that we can cooperate at scale. In the fantastic book Sapiens, Yuval Harari specifically goes into the details where he goes 70,000 years back when Homo sapiens were coexisting with other species. He argues that Homo sapiens were not significant. We were just as insignificant as any other species, which meant that our contribution towards the world, civilization as a whole, was no more than that of chimpanzees or ducks or dogs or whatever else existed back then. Compared to today, when it's conclusive that humans are the most dominant species on Earth, that we have something that has made that insignificant species of Homo sapiens back 70,000 years to something which is the most significant species on Earth, to the extent that we are capable of destroying, capable of building, and capable of imagining. And he argues that the biggest reason why that has happened is because we have the ability to cooperate at scale. When you leave your home every day and you take a cab or an auto or the metro, you are placing trust in somebody else that you have no idea about. That driver, that operator is now going to take you from point A to point B and is willing to cooperate with you for a reason, because they have a job, because they feel good about it, because they're good at it, whatever the case may be, but they are willing to cooperate and help a complete stranger. And you do the same. There's so many times when you help others in a manner that you wouldn't even realize. Every time that you show up at work, you are helping thousands of people get a product or a service in their hands. You don't even know who that customer is at every end of the day, and yet you show up every day because there is the ability to create systems and processes that get us to cooperate at scale. But then help takes a very different altruistic form as well. And that is when we end up helping each other, potentially for no personal gain. Like, I can argue you go up to work and you, quote unquote, help a customer with a product and a service because you're getting paid a salary. So you know what? You're not really doing it selflessly. You're doing it selfishly because you're getting paid and that is something that you need. Why do you help your friends? Why do you help anybody if there is no gain attached to you? I often wonder about this. And I don't think I have an answer around that. If you do, I would love to hear from you. But I think it's something to do with expectations. And here's how it works. When we help, we don't do it selflessly. We always help selfishly. Now, that selfish need may not always be money, which is what is the case of a job. That selfish need could be validation. That selfish need could be to look good in front of the person that we're trying to help. The selfish need could be to seek acknowledgement from the person that we're trying to help. The selfish need could be that we want to portray a certain image of ours in front of the person that we're trying to help. We want that person to know that we are good. We want the person to think that we are selfless. We want the person to think of us in a good light. But here's where the complication arises. If we do act with that objective, if we do help people with that objective, we might be doing it without their permission. How often has it happened that you find yourself helping somebody without their permission? How often has it happened when you find yourself helping somebody, giving them advice, solving their problems without they even asking for it? They never raised their hands and said, I need help. But we began to help. And when we began to help, and we did that with the objective of acknowledgement, of validation, of portraying a certain image, that expectation did not go away. But frankly, the permission to help never came as well. And what happened because of that? We felt betrayed. We felt betrayed because we ended up helping somebody who never asked for that help, and we began expecting an acknowledgement that most likely never came because we never asked for that help in the first place. And here's my admission. The biggest reason why relationships fail is because we offer help without permission and yet expect acknowledgement. I'll say this once more. The biggest reason why relationships fail is because we help others without their permission and seek acknowledgement in return. So all the times when you have felt, oh my God, I've done so much and this is what I get, is a reflection of that problem. For all the times where you feel, oh my God, is this person so ungrateful? This is what you get. Help others by all means. Help as much as you can. But please be aware that whenever you're helping somebody without them asking for it, you ought to do it with zero expectations. Any expectation you attach to that help is only going to lead to disappointment, to heartbreak, to you feeling that the other person does not see you for what you're worth. When the truth is, they never wanted that help or sought that help in the first place. It's your selfishness that drove you to think that they are ungrateful. All the best. Thank you for listening to this episode of Woice with Warikoo. To be notified of upcoming episodes, be sure to subscribe and follow the show on this app right now. Also, don't forget to rate and review the show because that just feels nice. Thank you.